The deserted training grounds seemed quiet until a loud boom echoed, followed by a rough cry. My ankles. I pushed off too fast again. Izuku slammed into a tree, sending a shower of leaves falling around him. He slid down to the ground, his face covered in dirt. His body trembled, not from fear, but from the sharp pain in his legs. A mocking whistle sounded just above him. You forgot again, kid. You've got to spread your energy through your whole body, growled a small, bouncing figure. Full cowling isn't just about running fast. It's about making every muscle work together. Gran Torino floated briefly in the air, his air jets propelling him at full speed behind Izuku without even breaking a sweat. If you want to survive against fighters from your world, or that Son Goku guys, you'd better master your quirk as if it's an extension of your body. Izuku pushed himself up, grimacing but with determination burning in his eyes. I understand, Master. I'm still struggling to stabilize the energy at 45%, but I'll get there. Gran Torino sighed, though a faint smile crossed his face. You've got fire, kid. Fine, again. In a blur, he shot forward, stirring a gust of wind that sent the leaves flying around Izuku. The boy activated full cowling, green sparks racing along his arms and legs. But this time, instead of sprinting right away, he closed his eyes for a moment. He remembered Gran Torino's words. Energy should flow like a stream, not explode like firecrackers. He took a deep breath, then vanished in a green flash, crossing 10 meters without losing his balance. Bingo, Gran Torino shouted, darting after him. The sparring resumed. Izuku dodged, counterattacked, and fell often, but each time he got back up, smiling through the pain. Inside him, something was changing. One for All felt lighter, more familiar, and in a fleeting moment of perfect focus, while dodging by a hair's breadth, Izuku whispered, "Full cowling, 45%, control mode." Gran Torino raised an eyebrow. He's starting to get it. The sun dipped lower, painting the clouds in gold and rose. Izuku stood, his arms dusty, his breath ragged, but his eyes shining. One more time, he thought, clenching his fists. For hours, Gran Torino had drilled him on the same sequence. Dash, pivot, aerial dodge, counterattack at 30%, then stabilize energy on landing. At first, every move sent him bouncing around like a pinball. But now, I almost kept my balance through the whole combo. Almost. He launched himself once more, channeling his energy. Thin green sparks traced his limbs, controlled, sharp, stable. He leapt, spun midair, struck a suspended log, and landed in a slide that even made Gran Torino smirk. Not bad for a brat. Izuku straightened, gasping for air. Thank you, Master. I feel like I'm finally sensing the flow of One for All, like a river following a path it already knows. Gran Torino studied him for a moment, then turned his back. That's enough for today. Push any further and you'll collapse. And if you faint before dinner, you'll just annoy me. Izuku chuckled softly. It was true. His body burned all over, but it was the kind of pain that proved he was moving forward. Later, in the small apartment where he was staying, Izuku ate rice balls laid neatly on a plate beside a steaming bowl of soup. His hands still trembled slightly from exhaustion, but he ate with real appetite. Gran Torino is harsh, but I owe him so much. Thanks to him, I finally understand what All Might meant by becoming the symbol of peace. It's not just about being strong. It's about being able to stand tall, even when everything around you shakes. He lifted his eyes to the starry sky through the window. His thoughts drifted to his friends at UA, to his classmates, and to that Goku, a hero from another world, so strong yet so simple in the way he lived. I have to keep pushing forward. One day, I'll be ready to fight alongside them, not just as a student, but as a hero. Night fell quietly. Izuku collapsed onto his futon, his body heavy as lead. He didn't have to search for sleep. It claimed him almost instantly. In his dream, he ran through streaks of green lightning faster than ever. Around him, the hazy figures of the previous One for All users watched in silence. And at the very end of the path, a familiar, smiling silhouette reached out a hand. You're doing well, young Midoriya, a deep voice resonated. Keep going. Izuku smiled in his sleep. A ray of light filtered through the cracked blinds. His eyes blinked open, still heavy with drowsiness. He stretched, his shoulders popping. His muscles screamed, but there was a new warmth in his arms and legs. One for All was adapting to him. He stood, dressed quickly, and pushed open the creaking wooden door. Gran Torino, already sipping green tea, fixed him with that sharp, unwavering gaze. Up and at it, brat. No warm-ups today. We're jumping straight into the fire. Izuku blinked. Huh? Already? What about the usual drills? Gran Torino leapt up, quicker than ever, and tossed Izuku a remote. Press it, Izuku obeyed. At once, the apartment's windows locked shut with metallic clicks. The floor rumbled, then slowly opened. Beneath their feet, an elevator lowered them into a massive underground chamber. Floodlights lit up a vast training hall filled with moving targets, climbing structures, and mechanical dummies. Welcome to the old hero battle chamber, Gran Torino muttered. This is where we wake up the fighter inside you. Izuku swallowed hard. Isn't this a little extreme? No. You want to survive in this world? You've got to learn to use your brain as much as your power. He tapped on a tablet, and the mannequins whirred to life. Some sprinted, others flew, and a giant robot emerged, similar to the old training bots from UA, but far more aggressive. You've got 10 minutes. Objective: neutralize the 7 targets and avoid taking any hits. If you fail, you redo it. If you succeed, you redo it anyway, but faster. Izuku inhaled deeply. His heart pounded. He could do this. Full cowling burst to life. Green lightning coursed across his body as he launched himself into the arena. But meanwhile, on the surface, in a dark corner of the city, a black portal swirled open. From it stepped a man with burning eyes, his tattered coat dragging along the ground. Behind him followed 2 hooded silhouettes. Goku, huh? He muttered. That name's spreading already. And that kid, Izuku Midoriya. He's tied to him. There's a spark of that same power in him. One of the hooded figures leaned closer. Do we eliminate him? No, not yet. Let him grow stronger. Let him believe he has a chance. The trio vanished into the night. Back in the dojo, silence was broken only by the rhythm of Izuku leaping, rolling, striking moving targets. Sweat streamed down his face, his muscles screamed, but he pressed on. Gran Torino, arms crossed on the mezzanine, observed quietly. You've got a long way to go, brat, but at least you're staying on your feet now. After one last full cowling propelled leap, Izuku landed on his knees, gasping but smiling. I think I timed everything right this time. Don't get cocky. You didn't crash, but you're still green. Gran Torino hopped down slowly, glancing toward the empty fridge. Training's over, unless you'd rather eat dirt again. Izuku laughed, exhausted. No thanks. I'd rather eat real rice this time. A little later, Gran Torino's apartment, a simple plate of rice, fish, and an egg. Izuku devoured it hungrily, worn out from training. Thanks for the meal, he exclaimed. Shh, why don't you just thank the microwave while you're at it? Izuku smiled, then yawned wide. I think I'm gonna collapse. This day was... Suddenly a sharp alarm beeped. Gran Torino grabbed an old tablet. His expression hardened instantly. Urgent alert. Pro Hero attacked in Hosu City. 3 wounded. Suspect Stain, alias the Hero Killer. Location, West District Alleys. Gran Torino bolted upright, his tone grave. Him, again, that lunatic still prowling. Izuku froze. Stain? The one who attacked pros? The one Tenya. He remembered the dark look in Tenya Ida's eyes the day he'd spoken of vengeance. Gran Torino threw on his coat and rushed for the door. I'm going. But Izuku, despite his aching body, jumped up. I'm coming with you. Your legs are mush, kid. This isn't some schoolyard brawl. That man kills pros. I know, but if someone I know is involved, I can't just sit here. Gran Torino's sharp gaze lingered on him. In that fire, he glimpsed the same spark he'd once seen in Toshinori. Fine. Get on. But don't move unless I tell you to. Izuku nodded firmly. Understood. Meanwhile, Hosu City, the alleys glowed with crimson light. A hero's body lay on the ground, throat half slashed. Tenya Ida stood before a masked man with demonic eyes, his face twisted in fury. You are the one who crippled my brother. Stain calmly raised his katana. Another brat pretending to be a hero. Pathetic. The killer's stance was loose, effortless. His blade gleamed in the dark. Tenya's engines roared. I won't let you blur the line between justice and vengeance. Stain stepped forward casually. Perfect. Show me what a so-called hero above the law can do. With a surge, Tenya's engines ignited, blue flames flaring as he blasted forward. Vroom! Stain sidestepped effortlessly, his counter-strike flashing toward Tenya. Too slow. Tenya barely blocked with his forearms, the clash ringing through the alley. Stain sneered. You talk too much. Were your brothers as noisy before they fell? But before Tenya could retort, Smash! A booming strike cracked through the alley. Ida! Izuku burst in, full cowling sparking, his green lightning tearing through the darkness. He intercepted Stain's blade with his fist, giving Tenya just enough of a gap to retreat. From the alley entrance, Gran Torino barked, "Midoriya, fall back! Give him breathing room!" Izuku obeyed, sliding aside, his eyes locked anxiously on his friend. Stain's lips curled into a chilling grin. "You actually came? Admirable. But is that all you have?" Tenya straightened, pistons flaring hotter. "I am a professional hero. I will not falter before a murderer." He kicked his engines again, his aura blazing cyan, and hurled a flurry of strikes at inhuman speed. Stain parried every blow, sparks dancing as steel clashed with armored gauntlets. His laughter was dry, cutting. "You've got heart, but not enough strength." Izuku clenched his fists. His master's words echoed, "Observe, improvise, execute." He powered up, one for all at 30%, cracks spiderwebbing the ground under his feet. A green blur shot forward. Izuku appeared at Tenya's side, slamming his elbow forward with explosive force, catching Stain off guard for the first time. "Izuku, I'm with you, Tenya." A brief silence fell as Stain's eyes scanned the three young heroes. 3 against 1, better than 2, but it still won't be enough. He gripped his katana with both hands and lunged in a whirlwind of steel. SFX, swish, clang. The alley erupted with sparks, lightning, and steel colliding. Each of the heroes pushed themselves to the limit, forming a united front against the hero killer. Stain spun, his blade carving a deadly arc toward Izuku. The boy dodged at the last instant, cold air grazing his cheek. Green lightning crackled over his tense muscles. Tenya followed with a flurry of blazing kicks, his engines screaming as they launched strike after strike. Stain deflected most, but one well-placed blow grazed his side. From a ledge above, Gran Torino observed sharply, ready to step in. He whistled, drawing Izuku's attention. "Remember, Midoriya, it's not brute force that wins. Strategy. Use their rhythm against them." Izuku nodded, stepping back, feigning weakness. Stain smirked, preparing a decisive strike. But at the last second, Izuku cranked full cowling to 45%. His lightning roared brighter. He slipped past Stain's blade and smashed forward with a charged fist, knocking the killer back in surprise. Tenya seized the moment, blocking Stain's counter and chaining a rapid series of precise strikes that forced him on the defensive. Gran Torino then dropped from the ledge, blasting a gust of compressed air that knocked Stain off balance. "Now, kids," he shouted. Izuku and Tenya dove in together, their combined assault hammering Stain from both sides. The hero killer staggered, eyes blazing as he reassessed his opponents. Not bad, but this is only the beginning. With a sudden burst, he vanished in a cloud of smoke, leaving only silence in the alley. Izuku scanned the shadows, chest heaving. He escaped, but he won't get away next time. Tenya clenched his fists. "For my brother, for all the fallen heroes, we'll find him." Gran Torino allowed himself a faint smile. "That's the spirit. Now brace yourselves. The real fight starts here." Izuku focused his trembling body, energy flickering wildly. Full cowling, 45%. I have to master this. He dodged another slash, funneled everything into his right arm, and the ground rumbled beneath him. A thunderous fist, glowing green, shot straight toward Stain, but before impact, a voice rang out. "Izuku!" Shoto burst onto the scene, blue flames swirling at his side. He sized up the battle, already moving into position. Stain hesitated, a curious smirk tugging at his lips. Well, looks like the new generation has some bite after all." He spun his katana lazily. "Since that Goku showed up, I've never seen young heroes this unpredictable. This strong, it's almost unsettling." Izuku, breathless, didn't waver. "Doesn't matter what you think. We're here to stop you." Shoto stepped beside him, unwavering. "Together, we can." Stain chuckled coldly, eyes burning. "Very well. Show me your worth." Izuku tightened his fists, then roared as he unleashed his strike. Smash! His punch detonated against Stain, shockwaves tearing through the alley. For the first time, the hero killer blinked, eyes narrowing, not in anger but faint respect. You've got guts, more than I expected." He sheathed his blade with a low hiss, lips curling into a dark grin. "But this isn't the moment. I'll be back." And with a fluid leap, he melted into the shadows, leaving behind a suffocating tension. Izuku and Shoto stood still, gasping for air. "He retreated for now," Izuku murmured. Shoto nodded grimly. "Next time, we'll be ready." The two rushed to Tenya, who had collapsed to one knee but remained conscious, determination still blazing in his eyes. "Tenya!" Izuku cried, crouching beside him. "Are you okay?" Tenya nodded, forcing his breath steady. "I'll live, but Stain, he's more dangerous than ever." Shoto frowned. "He mentioned Goku. You heard it too?" Izuku's memory replayed the words clearly. "Yeah, he said Goku changed something, that he awakened a new kind of strength in us." Tenya placed a trembling hand on his chest. "That means we must be more vigilant than ever. This fight isn't over." Izuku stood tall, eyes blazing with determination. "Then we'll train harder, harder than ever. Next time he shows up, we'll be ready." Shoto's flames flared softly as he nodded. "Together, we'll protect this city." A few streets away, Hana lingered, her eyes fixed on Goku. Hesitation clouded her face, something between fear and curiosity. Should I really speak to him? She thought. She recalled the sight, Goku, a supposed student, standing toe-to-toe with the hero killer without even flinching. But it wasn't just raw power, there was something else. An aura, a presence. It felt like he wasn't just wielding one quirk, but several, as if he carried a storm of powers inside him. Hana clenched her fists, her doubt shifting into resolve. "I need to know, who is Goku really?" She took a deep breath and stepped forward. "Goku, I need to talk to you. You stood against Stain while still a student. That's incredible." Her eyes locked with his. "And you seem like you have more than one quirk. How is that possible?" Goku turned his head slowly, a faint smile tugging at his lips, like he'd been waiting for that question all along. "I'm going to stop here for now. Guys, don't hesitate to tell me what I could do to make the storytelling better, or even suggest ideas I could add. I'd be happy to include them, and it could save me a lot of time, honestly." I hope you enjoyed Part 4.